As you may know, this month we're talking about how to properly protect ourselves and our children as they go off to college. We talked about life insurance for if we're co-signing loans for our children. We talked about the proper garaging of vehicles and whether or not the child is taking a vehicle to school or not. And today we're going to talk about how to properly protect their possessions and potentially liability when they're moving into a dorm and or going into an apartment. So the reasons these are important is if your child is going away to school and they're staying in a dorm, that's a temporary housing. They're not going to be there except for the school year. And so therefore a lot of the personal property that they take with them will fall back onto your policy if they were to have a loss, whether it's they get it stolen, there's a fire, etc. Now, if your child is actually moving into an apartment and it's not a short-term lease, and they're leasing it maybe for the whole year, because let's say now they're a junior and they're going to stay for the whole summer because they're doing an internship in town, or it's just best that they stay for the whole year because it's a year contract, then that's a time that we have to look at maybe getting your child their own renter's insurance, because now they've signed a contract. Now they're doing it for a full year and they're not coming back and forth. And they're going to want them to have their own liability coverage, which is not necessarily going to transfer from your policy depending on their age. So there are many things to think about as we're taking our child off to school. We want to make sure that we properly protect their items, especially their computers and or a printer if they're taking it, because is it going to be mobile? Is it going to stay? We want to look at all these different things and make sure we have them covered properly. Will it extend from our policy, or do we need to get them their own? So if you have those questions and you're not quite sure, let's get together and talk and make sure that you and your children are covered properly for their personal belongings and their liability.